The people that give Tinubu more votes that have people in power can attract more federal projects. Let us mobilize our people and show support so we can also come to the negotiation table to say that we need something better. The governor of the state, Anambra, he asked the president to include the whole of the southeast states in the national gas pipeline, and the president approved. He said include all the southeast states in national rail plan, and the president said approved. So your interest to be, what can we attract for our people? If we have a road that links Anambra and Kogi that you can get to Abuja instead of flying, if Anambra is connected in the national rail plan, if Anambra has gas pipeline that industries can manufacture, then why do I need to go to Lagos? We must focus on developing our place. As of today, there is only one person that is sure of being on the ballot in the next election, and that person is the president of the Republic of Nigeria. And whether you like it or not, City Boy movement and Abakwao. Rapo Makamboto and social media. The essence of us joining City Boy movement is not to go and collect. How much will you give Obi Kubana? How much will you give people that are involved in the business? You get to a level where money is no longer your motivation. You need beyond that. You need to be able to do more for people. The idea for us is that, what do we want? We need to have a conversation. How do we get it? Let us sit down and understand that you cannot without the help of others.
What has Obi Kubana done to actually call him an influential Igbo man?
I know the story very well. Obi Kubana and myself were in the University of Nigeria, so I can write a book on the man called Obi Kubana. He's someone that I can refer to as a rose that grew out of concrete. So it's not like his father was a businessman, his mother was doing this, and he sort of inherited his father's wealth. This is a man that has been consistent in his business. Obi's business thrives around building people and thrives around his friends. Obi shows up for you. So when Obi is doing something, you will feel the moral burden to show up for him. So if he has any business that he's doing, whether it is hotel or club or houses, people that he has showed up for will also reciprocate. He's done that in such a way that you are, whether we like it or not, Obi Kubana is now a global brand. It's no longer just a Nigerian brand. It's an international brand. If you want to come into Nigeria, you need people that can influence the minds of people towards the product that you're bringing in Nigeria. Obi Kubana is one of them. Any post he makes on Instagram, for example, probably have over 5 million viewers. Some people may disagree with whatever you're trying to sell, but the truth of the matter is that they have visibility. This is the era of visibility. No matter how good you are, if you don't tell the world that you are this, nobody sees you. I'm saying that he's the kind of person that has also contributed a lot. Go to Oba. The road leading to his house, he did it. He did it with his money. Go to Oba. There are young people. Yes, to his house. He's done it with his money. It's normally provision of infrastructure is the business of government, not that of individuals. Everywhere else in the world. So when you also see people that have gone out of, even the one that didn't lead to his house, he also near merchant of light, he has also done it. He's also trained young people. There are lots of businesses that have sprung up from his own major businesses. So people can now do businesses that are running by the side as a result of his own business as well. But my point is that even the Nigerian government knows that he exists. So like I said, when international brands come to Nigeria and they're looking for who to use to be able to show up or be visible or to be able to sell their products, is one of the outlets for that. Today he's the biggest influencer for Samsung in Nigeria. Yes. Every edition of Samsung that comes from Nigeria, if Obi Kubana is using Samsung, in fact, he has made some of his friends to start using Samsung. I bought a Samsung phone because of him. I'm an iPhone person, but what influence is about? So as much as you don't believe in President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, for example, if Obi Kubana says he believes in him, it will give you a second thought to begin to think, maybe there's something that he's seeing that you are probably not seeing. That's the point. So he's got that influence. So the strategy for the South is also to work with people that have influence that are not necessary. So while we, the politicians, are doing our own part, if you look at it, he asked me to be his chief of staff. That's not just what I do for City Boy Movement. I'm also the head of the secretariat because these are business people. It means every information that comes from the national is transmitted through my office. You know, while I'm reporting to Obi Kubana to all the state directors of City Boy within the South. I'm also the director of finance of the movement at the zonal level.
Is it a total rejection of the movement?
I did a 3-day event. All right. The first day was arrival. Everybody came in. The team from the national City Boy movement came in. All of us flew in. Mandisi Lagos, Mandisi Enugu. The leaders came together. The second day was a visit to hospital. When hospital, Sheiga, nowhere. Jefundara paid some bills and all of that. Went and met with the governor, what governor higher achievement, etc., etc. Then use that second day to get young people that are working for this federal government to come and explain to them why they are doing in their offices. The MD of Southeast Development Commission was there. The MD of Smedan was there. SSAs to the president that are from the Southeast were all invited to come and talk to the people what they are doing in their office and how people can benefit. So that's what the second day is about. So it wasn't the governor coming. It was about people we know that are our own working for government, telling us what they are doing in their offices and how their actions or activities or policies can become beneficial. So it was a very good event. The third day was where we now lined up close to 2,500 items that we wanted to share to people, ranging from shuttle shuttle buses, to fertilizer farm inputs, to sewing machines, to deep freezers, to generators, to those that are into tech, mobile phones that we wanted to give out to people. And then there were also those that were supposed to benefit cash grants. That we have market women support. We also have small business support that will give us grants to people. So the idea for us originally was start to share the lighter items, and then all of these other bigger ones, we brought trucks that were to take them for the beneficiaries and take them to their states so that they can go to their state and share, because so we invited people, every beneficiary. Anambra had 535 beneficiaries. Imo had about 600. Enugu had about 426. Abia had about 426. And Bonny had 385. And this is how we shared it. We tried to ensure that every ward and local government got beneficiaries. Every local government in Anambra had 23 persons that were to benefit from that. So we did it in such a way that whatever has been brought will get to everybody. And we shared it on the basis of the number of local governments that we had in the Southwest, which is 95. That is how we shared that everybody will get about. So every local government will get about 23 to 24 beneficiaries. And all of them were to come there. So when we see them, you are sure that what you're part. You know, the thing is, the idea is maybe some people argued, carry them to the states and share. But you know how empowerment things are. You make a bunye 50 shuttle buses. Or the location. So we wanted to be able to see the people that are the beneficiaries and now help them transport those things to their. It was a very well planned.
They came physically.
Everybody was there. So, but what happened was that the locals, again, the people that came to the venue were more than the number of people that were beneficiaries, and we also didn't make adequate plan for those people. Do you understand? So it was a situation where laptop, and it
was open for everyone to come.
It was a big event. So at some point, people became worried. So because of that crowd, the surge actually entered. And again, Onyeagba near laptop. He doesn't leave the venue. Kind of made the place. Onyeagba near, and it was planned for everybody to be able to get something. But the non-Noble locals obviously overpowered the thing, and then, but they were not an angry crowd. They were also not a violent crowd. Everybody was trying to see what they can get.
NDIGBO ekene unu. It is with deep sense of excitement that I bring to you this great announcement of a unique event which is set to happen in Aligbo, Anambra State precisely. On the 27th of June 2026, Mars Magazine International, in collaboration with Pineleaf Estate and Properties Limited, will be celebrating their 23 years of excellence in journalism. This celebration comes with charity gala and award night for the distinguished individuals in Aligbo who are beacons of light and hope to this generation. The venue of the event is at Stanel Dome, Oka, Anambra State. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo Oluwategu, will receive Mars Man of the Year award, while Chief Actor Eze Ozigbondo will be the father of the day. Clear your schedules as we look forward to this epoch-making event coming on the 27th of June 2026. Remember, time 5 p.m.
So they also went and got something and carried and ran. So that confusion you saw. And when it happened, the instruction from the patron, no, don't shoot, don't even throw tear gas. Allow them take anything that they want to take, so that we don't record the fatality. Imagine I'm Mechalia, Asena Madongo, Mona, if Onyeagba Jiokuma, Ebuleje, and all of that. So he tried to say no police. Allow people to take whatever they want to take.
Is that not a pure evidence of hungry people, that people are actually desperate and hungry, that when they see anything that looks like something that will benefit from, they don't even wait to be called, they just pounce?
No, is
that an evidence that
Onyeagba will always collect whatever you have. It doesn't matter whether you call them for a rally or not. A hungry person, don't forget go mijide bread now. My brother, I will take that bread off your hand. But like I said, that event, we admitted that in the planning, maybe it wasn't a good idea to have displayed all of that. They were always going to get to people. The things that were brought were not going to go back to wherever they came from. Like we said, there are people that had come. Maybe it would have been better to have taken it to the States. Maybe it would have been better to allow people that would have come into the venue to be only the beneficiaries. So you know,
people need crowd.
You'll be able to.
People wants to show that people came now.
No, that's not really. It was Hero Square, you know, where it's like a stadium. So it's not like you can block people to say don't enter, don't enter. Maybe the best thing would have been, these things are going to Anambra, carry them to Anambra, let the beneficiaries come. Maybe that would have been a better strategy as well. But like I said,
so you admitting that there was no,
they were planning for. No, I do not belong. I'm a diplomat, so in my level, I would not admit where we haven't gone. There were obviously, but again, it's also happy people, because so basically people are looking for, like I said, people saw rice bags that look like rice. So you just take your fertilizer. Maybe your fertilizer 100, or we go to 5,000. But it's also a testament to the fact that City Boy also became became attractive because if they were hostile to City Boy, City Boy and me but why were they there? They were also there because they felt that it's something that they can also identify with.
Every time an election, just a year before election, empowerment. Okay. Don't you think it's politically motivated and then it is not organic?
No, I agree with you if that's the perspective you look at it. But in Haiju, empowerment no way. It's not rice. Let me say this very clearly. There are people that saw things that were there and they thought it's rice. But when they carried it, they found out that it was fertilizers. It's what we call farm inputs, and it was actually brought there for farmers. The things we are giving out, buses, laptops, they are not like right. I can give it to you if you choose to vote for another person. Please go ahead and vote for the person.
It's an inducement.
The truth is not inducement because at my level, I also have political maturity to understand that people will eventually make up their mind. It's not inducement. Dele Momodu ran for president. He left his house with his wife and children. They got there after voting. He had only one vote. So who voted for who? It happens. Don't look at it from that perspective. But again, even if you think it is inducement that I'm trying to induce, what about the government policies exposing it to our people who are ignorant about it to know about it and get benefit of it? What about that? Whether you get anything from government or not, they will run the budget and they will spend the money elsewhere. If you don't want it, they will take it to another state to spend it. This is a national. People pay taxes here. Companies pay taxes that are allocated in our pay taxes that goes to the federal government. So if there are roads, if there is any kind of infrastructure that will attract for our people to be able to get the presence of government, why shouldn't we do that? If you have somebody in your village that you know the person has written Jambi as fast, his father is poor, his mother is poor, he needs to know that he can go to school without knowing anybody. You can have a small girl. You don't need for any man to take advantage of you simply because these are government programs. So how about explaining to our people that they can also look at it? Okay, these are the things governments are doing. Sometimes when sometimes he will take something. If of a man makes way for him, it's also in the Bible. He full bishop, he full pastor. He made you something. He will say because the one he do better. He Jim man where so he kwaka say bata see your go nwoke na nkwa na he full be na acho me no. Okay then anyo nkwa if you bia go jiro we. So he agba inducement.
Anyway, Ebemonso na keep as from news also na the Igbo big boys and City Boy are city fools. That's Ebemonso. Okay, yeah. Are you guys fools according to him?
So
you don't sound like one.
No, my fools or not. But again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I'm not a one that will judge or criticize any clergyman. It doesn't matter whether I agree with what they're saying or not. And I won't even respond back to say you're right. But again, I believe that by our fruits, you will know whether you're John the village mama Ilu Oba, John the youth Oba, Obikuban Oba fool. At the end of the day, every politics is local. I will not be responsible for Bola Tinubu's vote in your village. Or on village in Koga to vote. On election day, you can only vote in one polling unit. So you say Bola Tinubu may win. I be my polling unit. Come on, may win. And then they vote na they vote because of him. But we room mad kana for we vote. Okay, Onyeagba lead. Okay, Onyemegola enka. Okay, Onyeagba capacity menka. Oga ke hit choka eme. They back ije to akwa heje there. That's how politics works. So a matter of people's opinion and all of that. So, but like I said, the training we have is to respect people's opinion. Because Nana want me here as a City Boy movement member does not mean I need to respond that way. So when they go low, we go high.
People that gave Tinubu more votes in 2023, how are they better than us that did not give him more votes? As at the moment, is the fuel cheaper there? Is the living cheaper there? How is people that gave Tinubu higher votes than NDIGBO? How are they faring better than us? Go ahead.
Okay, like I said, one of the things that is important for us as City Boy movement is also to explain government policies for the people. The people that give Tinubu more votes that have people in power can attract more federal projects. They can attract more federal attention to their people. For example, there is a Lagos-Calabar Federal Highway, starting from Lagos to Calabar. So what we want to do is to be able to use it. It's not about who gets what or how much we get paid at the end of the day. But what we are saying is that let us mobilize our people and show support so we can also come to the negotiation table to say that we need something better. And I'll give you an example. It's about what can we do better for our people. And people keep referring us to history. The governor of the state, when we met him at City Boy movement, told us a few things. That he feels that there's a need for that partnership to exist. He's a City Boy, by the way. To exist between Anambra and the federal. And he said that the president came here. He asked the president to include the whole of the southeast states in the national gas pipeline. What does gas pipeline do? Gas pipeline helps the industry. So as against waiting for NEPA or PHCN to bring light, you can actually power your operations through gas. and the president approved. He said, include all the Southeast states in National Rail Plan, which was not there before. And the president said approved. He said to him, I have this Anambra mixed industrial city that I want to do. I want to establish where the governor wants to build an airport or a road policy. He called it. Designate it as an export process, a free trade zone. What is a free trade zone? Where you can have people produce, we have factories around, people can come there and buy without duties and all of that. There are laws that are governing it. And the president said approved. Same day that he put up that request, it was approved.
Every election victory begins with a good media projection and visibility. For this reason, BAM Interview has created this campaign space for all our political candidates to reach out to NDIGBO and convincingly tell them why their votes should be in your favor. Hurry now, contact the numbers on your screen today. Let's take you a step closer to your victory.
If we were saying, oh, we don't want, oh, we want, oh, it's you and your problem. Government is a continuum. Every year, government runs a cycle of budgets. For a legislator, for a government gets revenue from crude oil, from import duties, they share it to everybody. Federal governments have their own share, local governments have their own share, governors have their own share. So your interest in what comes to federal government will be, what can we attract for our people? So whether you accept NELFund loan or not, people that are interested are taking it. Whether you want Medan to help your business or not, people that are interested are taking it. Whether you want credit score is established to provide people loans to buy car, to buy other things. Whether you go there or not, people that are interested are taking it. And believe you me, the government is moving. Soldier go, soldier come. Barrack will remain the same. Every government, 4 years at most, 8 years, you move out, another person will come in. So the issue for us is we need to be able to establish this engagement so that our people can freely express and say this is what we need. On the other hand, government will also say these are also what we have in the offering, so that people can see where we can see how we can benefit more. And not just that, hear this. The governor told us that he told the president that he wants Anambra to be linked to Kogi, so that going to Abuja from Anambra State now takes you about 3.5 hours to be able to get to Abuja. And the president said, call the Minister of Works, Umahi. He will tell you how to write the memo so we can bring it so that we can approve it at the Federal Executive Council meeting. So what else do you want from government? The essence of us joining City Boy movement is not to go and collect. How much will you give a big banner? How much will you give people that are involved in the business? Those of us are not, you get to a level where money is no longer your motivation. You need beyond that. You need to be able to do more for people. And like I said, majority of business people you see, the strategy is different. It's not a political party based association. It's a political movement, but cost across all parties. City Boy have ABGA people there. They have PDP people there. They have APC people there. They have people that doesn't have any interest in politics that are there. Even those in the academia have all expressed interest to join City Boy movement. You know why? Because it's a movement. We want everybody to all be part of the support for the president. So that's how it works. So it's not even a political party issue. So the idea for us to do that is to now create a better working relationship where people understand government policy. Is to create a feedback mechanism where people can also talk to government to say that this is what we need. And we are also saying that ultimately it is about what can we attract from the federal for the benefit of our people. If we have a free trade zone that is working in Anambra, if we have a road that links Anambra and Kogi that you can get to Anambra to Abuja instead of flying, for some people that have phobia for flying, can use that route. If Anambra is connected in the National Rail Plan, if Anambra has gas pipeline that industries can manufacture, then why do I need to go to Lagos? Why would the Lagos state governor tell us to get out of this place or to do all manner of things against us? It is because we must focus on developing our people, developing our place, so that you can, like governor will say, you have a livable state. If you have that, then everybody knows that you carry value wherever you go to. Then any choice in Lagos, not everybody because no so it's about that understanding. That most importantly is the fact that I'm telling our people that we need to understand the politics of the country, make a decision as to where you want to go, and do not insult another person's decision. Like I said, if you write 6, it takes you on the other side to understand that I'm staying on the other side to understand that this is 6 and it's not 9. And then when you from your side. So people don't understand it yet clearly, but it's important to explain it to them. It's important that people understand. It's not about money. And I'm also here to debunk the fact that there's no 30 billion, there's no 7 billion anywhere. Nobody has brought any money to it. As a matter of fact, if all people like business people do in every elections, they look for people that are running for elections, they give them money.
It's not about money. Why are we just seeing billionaires and then big boys heading the City Boy movement? Why are we not seeing intellectuals the way they used to go and get professors when they want to do election, and they will make professors returning officers officers. Nobody makes Obi Kubana returning officer for election or makes chief priest. So why are we saying the big boys that we know that these people are big boys when it comes to money heading this movement?
Do you know what policy is about? Policy is about numbers.
Politics or policies?
Politics is about numbers. Politics is about influence. Let me explain it again.
Influence, okay.
The strategy for the Southeast, if you're a politician, you are going to ask yourself, what strategy do I employ here to be able to get more votes? For a politician, you do your mathematics, you do your where exactly are your numbers going to come from. There's something we call pathway. Even in American politics, they will say, what is the pathway for you getting an electoral college of 270 to become president of America? In Nigeria, what is the pathway? You must have 25% in 2/3 of the states, 24 states, including FCT. You must now have one more vote higher than the second person to be able to become the majority, simple majority winner. The strategy for Southeast is that before now, APC is not a party that the people of Southeast understand or believe in that much. But right now, what we're seeing is that it is changing a little bit, because initially it was just Imo, and before 2023 elections, Ebonyi joined. But today, the likes of Enugu have also joined. And Anambra is also a quasi-APC state, because they say here that progressives are working together, meaning that there's a good relationship between APGA and APC at the federal level. People like us in the party are also complaining that that relationship does not drive locally, but it's a different conversation altogether. So my point is that at the presidential level, and even at some other levels, you'll find a lot of APGA people voting for the president. Do you understand? Even in a state like Abia, where the governor is of the Labour Party, I've had him 2 days ago say he has nothing against the re-election of Mr. President, showing that even at that level again, he's also developing affinity for the president, not just for him as a person, but understanding that the essence of government or governance is to drag dividends of democracy to your people. Government doesn't give somebody money. Government will not take money now and give you Baba and credit you to go. No, how you get money in government is through projects. They will do a budget and say, okay, today our budget is 6 trillion. That 6 trillion is divided into capital projects and overhead. That project is road in that project is rail project. That project is street light in this location. So a right-thinking person that has access to government, your concern is how much of this 6 trillion am I bringing to my state? How much of this 6 trillion am I getting for the attention of my people? That's why we have legislators. That's how we have governors. And you also know that for a government, for a governor, the more you work with the resources that have been provided to you as a governor, you will do better if you can also create another channel where you can also get more from federal government, because that's what all of this is about. So, like I said, it is popularity, and the strategy for Southeast was that since the party is not still having acceptance issues, even though governors are decamping, let us also use people that have influence. And whether you like it or not, City Boy Movement and social media. We have done empowerment program. We've empowered people. People have been digitally empowered. Some people have laptops, some people have smartphones, some people have generators, some people have deep freezers, some people even have shuttle buses that has been provided for them. That's what we are talking about.
Healthy Living with Nonya Soludo initiative took up the challenge, knowing at the back of its mind that it can actually make a long-term difference with every little effort.
I'm super proud of what we have achieved in this tackling journey. The building up to the result before us today demanded a lot from us. As an NGO that is basically self-funded, Healthy Living with Nonya Soludo initiative took up this challenge, knowing at the back of our mind that we can actually make a long-term difference with the little effort.
A month later, and due to increasing demands for the healthy pap, the distribution was stepped down to community levels through the nutrition focal persons in the primary healthcare centers in the state. Currently, Nonye's Healthy Living Pap hubs have been successfully set up in all the 326 primary healthcare centers in all the political wards in Anambra State, with regular restocking of each bank across the designated reception points.
Eastern City Boy is should be likened to Obedient Movement and everything. My name on Obedient Movement didn't come from Peter Obi. Peter Obi nor Obido organically. Man, just like you said, Sheyi Tinubu spearheaded the City Boy Movement. One the sitting president. I don't think they should be likened. I don't think it's the same thing. One started out of the person they involved. One started from the person they involved.
But that's your perspective of it. It is possible that people took an idea. I can bring an idea idea to you, and then the idea gets bigger when you start the implementation. Do you understand? It's not just City Boy. There's also Tinubu is fixing Nigeria, relax. There's a lot of movements that are available. People come up with ideas during political campaigns. Right now, if I indicate interest, I'm running for something, people will call me with a lot of ideas. No, you can try this. No, you can try this. No, you can do this. Yes, you can. It happens. Do you understand? So it's not about whether, but the point is that it's a movement. What is a movement? Group of people that have come together and they're expanding in number. City Boy movement is about the president, about Bola Ahmed Tinubu becoming president. Another movement can come. There's the shared movement which believes that they are not even governed by the law of Federal Republic of Nigeria. They are a part of the Islamic community, and then they also do whatever they. It's a movement. Once you have them, you start small, and people are growing in number. The question is, what is the objective to what point? So like I said, it's not even an issue of let us compare or let us not compare. The idea for us is to understand, what do we want? We need to have a conversation. What does Igbo people want? We want to it's not presidency that is, or presidency in Esoku. Can we have a real conversation as to how do we get it?
The route.
Exactly. What is the route? What's the pathway? Let us sit down and understand that you cannot without the help of others. So if we cannot without the help of others, do you mandate others to support you, or do you align, or do you whatever you need to do? Building bridges. On a partnership every day. How do you see that person?
But I think if you look at P2B's if all the bridges are you'll be seeing Obi Kwankwaso and all those bridges. Don't you think that we are towing the right path now as NDIGBO?
I have nothing wrong with that. But you see, as at today that I'm speaking to you, there is only one person that is sure of being on the ballot in the next elections, and that person is the president of the Republic of Nigeria. You know why? Atiku, El-Rufai, Rotimi Amechi, Atiku, Arebeshola, all of them need to sit down and agree on who will become their presidential candidate.
Which they
have not. So until they get who is running, we will know how. So don't blame anybody for taking it. You can't tell me to support somebody from. I like I said, I'm a card-carrying member of the All Progressives Congress, and I worked as an ambassador in APC. It's not about whether I worked or whether. What you do in politics is to support the candidate of your party. That's what makes you a true party man. Even if I want to go back and do anti-party or do all that, I have to see. It's when we get to the bridge, we will cross it. Yes. So if I take a stand today, do not blame me because I've taken a stand on the basis of the facts that are before me. ADC does not have a presidential candidate yet. Anybody that wants P2B to be president or to should join ADC and ensure that they take part in making him the presidential candidate of ADC. So what are you heading to there? So when we're saying as against even Econom or Bambam or the emotional,
Econom will not get us there.
Understand it that people will make choices. It's like no, no matter how we disagree about it, I will respect that you have made your choice. Yes. I've made my choice. So live with it. Learn to live with it.
Some people are now avoiding the City Boy movement as if more leprosy. Watch my friends say Obi Kubana. I don't think E-Money has come out to do anything. Then after enviable interview with BBC of recent. Anna Jua Iso na City Boy on Isoro. He was finding it difficult to Ikuno so. Ono gudo also na okurada career mob na onye carry okurada akuya. No that he was leading the way to Ebonyi State. Ajoya Iso kon Isoro. That's mean Isoro. So man or they some people are now or no cold feet or no lukewarm, non offense. Some people are
no, I think let me explain this. City Boy Oboroso South East God. As a matter of fact, City Boy is in the 774 local government in the Federal Republic of Nigeria down to the ward level. That structure is that big. All right. Everybody rebel online. We're right to do so. But what I also tell the people, it is not enough to rebel online. I see a lot of people that are outside the country. They use it as content to be able to promote their page. Man, and they are PVC. They are to vote on an election day. Vote on Igbo. By the way, Anambra, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, Enugu, put all of that vote together. We don't produce 3 million votes in an election. 2 states in the north will cover all those votes. That's why partnership is important. And that's why information is key. Again, come to the point of the Madi Desert City Boy movement. Absolute majority of the votes. You have participated in a political process. I am mandate now to vote. All wine on a village now to vote. On the Okobana, all some youth now to vote. When they go, keep one line for 2 hours. I'm going to now where on a cook or 2 vote. It's not about whether they are living or whether they are not living. I can tell you that as the secretariat to City Boy Southeast and as chief of staff to Bikubana, even lecturers, a lot of people flood my timeline wanting to be part of what we are doing. Because again, everybody won't be part of it. The fact that we are friends does not mean that I agree with you on your political choice. The fact that we work together doesn't mean we have to be friends. Do you understand my point? When we get together, I made the business. It doesn't mean that I want you to. Abroad, in America, for example, a husband can be a Republican, the wife can be a Democrat. They go and to vote, red, blue. This is the only place in the world where we don't understand political choices. This is the only place where we can say, no, we don't. Why should you do what you're doing? No, it shouldn't be like that at all. So grapple see, this boy movement, like I said, is the biggest support group for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in this next election. And they are across the 36 states. Him decide they should not be what you want me to decide. Or rather, I will not decide what you want me to decide. I'm responsible. Everybody that is an adult have the decision to take.
Good news. From anywhere you are in the world, you can now be our guest on BAM. As long as you have an internet connection and a mobile device, you can now be interviewed from our studio anywhere in the world. Contact the numbers on your screen to book a session with us.